For our next speaker, we have Sir John Forfar, MBA and MCSC for Artificial Intelligence. He is a core contributor in the developer relations at OpenMesh and OpenXAI, driving adaptation of decentralized cloud and AI infrastructure. At OpenMesh, he leads the developer engagement through technical content, AMAs, and integration support while building analytics dashboards and Next OS-based development templates. At OpenAI, he has helped launch decentralized AI model hosting, app templates, and developer outreach campaigns, empowering builders to create open and permissionless AI solutions. Let's welcome Sir John Forfar.
Hey guys, how you going? My name's John Forfar. As you can tell, I'm from Australia, but still half Filipino, half Australian. I live in Davao now, so it's like 5 hours away because the highway's closed. So we got up at 2:30 in the morning, so maybe a little bit tired. But today I'm just here to talk about decentralized AI. And basically the way the current world works in AI is it's very centralized amongst big tech companies. And we're a startup called OpenX AI, and it's trying to decentralize it. So I'll talk more about that in a second. So I will be referring to some links. So this QR code you can scan. It should take you to the hackathon dashboard where you can click all the different links that I refer to in the presentation. And again, I work for OpenX AI. I'm a core contributor. I've been there for about a year, and it's an open source project. I'm also the DevRel there. So what I do is encourage developers from all around the world, including Philippines, but also India, America, global. And yeah, my background in crypto, just to quickly point out, is I got into Ethereum in like 2016, got into Solana at Genesis at like April 2020, started blogging about it, just being a big fanboy. And then, yeah, just slowly got more and more into crypto and blockchain and Web3 industry over the years. So yeah, like 6-7 years been in there. So it's been a long ride, and I did make a transition out of Web 2 into Web 3. So it is possible. Okay, so to talk about the OpenX AI and the problem that it's trying to solve, basically 92% of all the power and talent for AI industry is locked in these big four tech companies. It was mentioned before, but you know, the big ones that you probably know about from the US. So these big four entities, they are essentially a monopoly. So they take control of the industry. They direct like open source projects to follow a certain path. They might release a agent framework and then make everyone host on Google, for example. And it's basically, if you sort of pull back the covers, there is a few strings that they attach to whatever you build on their platforms. I'm a big believer in Web3, blockchain, even Bitcoin. It's all open source. The whole community all around the world can help contribute to, say, Bitcoin development, and then it's completely decentralized. So there's no middleman that can deny your access. So that's a big theme. In terms of the big tech companies, they control the data, they control the data centers, they control all the fiber links and things in between them. They even control social media platforms. They control the hardware that maybe you've got a Surface Book or some Microsoft device and it's running the Windows operating system. So a lot of control is influenced by these big companies. And it is a problem. And at OpenXAI, they believe in building the AI industry just like the internet was built. So it started off centralized, but then became more and more decentralized as people spun up, new fiber links, data centers, internet servers around the world. And OpenXAI also believes that it should be open source, freely available, no ability to censor, and have a monopoly take control. So this slide's a bit small. I'll just quickly summarize. Basically, with these big corporations controlling everything, they basically become a middleman. They become the gatekeeper. What they can do if you're building something like a website or an app, maybe it competes with one of their products, they might be able to restrict your hosting if it violates their terms and conditions. So when you're trying to build a startup, like a Web2 startup, or even like a Web3 startup or an AI startup, you do run into a lot of these issues, and we'll discuss more of those problems. OpenXAI is basically trying to fix that with a completely decentralized model of building your AI app, your AI startup. So there's no middleman, and you're free to do whatever you need to do. The other problem with centralized AI is access. So to sign up for, say, ChatGPT, you have to provide your email, you have to provide your name, your credit card details. So if you're at university, you might have to provide your dad's credit card or whatever. If you don't have a bank account, a financial history, a credit card record, and then go to the bank to get a credit card issued to pay that basically a premium fee each month. So that in itself is a form of access restriction. It should be freely available for everyone. The other problem with banking and requiring a credit card to pay for it is about 2 billion people around the world are unbanked. So has anyone ever met anyone that doesn't have a credit card? Maybe you got some family in the province or something, and it's some of those people may not have a credit card history or a bank account. So it is a problem. Why is that important? So there's a whole bunch of, I guess, haves and have-nots. So there's people that are building AI applications and startups. They're raising billions of dollars. They have access to the latest AI solutions and services. And for the unbanked, they don't. So they can't access the latest ChatGPT model. It's out of their price range. So they just can't build the latest AI startup. So there is even with the AI market, the big tech companies are not only monopolizing now, but they're monopolizing in the future. So 70% of all AI R&D is basically coming from these big tech companies like Azure or ChatGPT. They're investing $50 billion each year into the latest AI research and development. So they're not only securing and monopolizing now, but even in like the next 5 or 10 years, they're investing and they're taking over in the future as well. It's not all doom and gloom, my presentation, by the way, so I will get positive. So with even open source, like open source platforms like Hugging Face. Has anyone heard of Hugging Face? So everyone here is like in IT, computer science. Is that right? Yeah. So Hugging Face is an AI enthusiast platform. It's where people, they might have Python running at the computer at home. They get some data and they train a model, and then they submit it to this open source directory called Hugging Face. And people can maybe there's a model trained on thousands of pictures of Pokemon cards, and then it can recognize if there's like a Pikachu gold card or something, and it basically tells you, yeah, this is a Pikachu gold card. So that AI model is trained on, machine learning. It's trained on like looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of images of Pokemon cards, and then it has essentially a neural network that can recognize what you're looking for if you tell it what to look for. So um, Hugging Face is like a big directory where there's 2.2 million open source AI models that everyone can play with. It's like an open source building block. You just plug it into your application. And if you wanted to build some sort of hackathon project that recognizes Pokemon cards, then basically you can pick that AI model and integrate it into your app. And that's an example of open source. But the problem with Hugging Face and OpenXAI basically claims to be the decentralized Hugging Face. So when you go to install some of the open source AI models, you do have to sign up with Hugging Face. Again, provide email, provide your name, address. Maybe you have to pay for Pro Edition. And then also you have to sign crazy terms and conditions. And like if you were downloading, say, DeepSeek open source model, and then you're in a country that sanctions it or something, then you could potentially use it, but you might be violating some international laws. So by making you sign your name to that terms and conditions, that could be a problem for you, especially probably not if you're just building something at home and it's just a side hobby. But when you're trying to build a multi-million-dollar startup or like million peso startup, it could run into lots of troubles. The final problem I was talking about with the centralized AI is they are a middleman. So basically, they charge a big fee, and the fees are crazy. If you're building an AI startup, maybe you got like the latest viral TikTok selfie like image generator. It scans your face and puts a helmet on with I don't know, spikes or something, like makes you look like a Viking. And that's going off on TikTok. Everyone's using it, and you tell people to come to your website, charge $5, and then they can change their selfie, and then people use it. As soon as 1 million people use it, you're out of business because the AI inference costs that you might pay for ChatGPT, which is OpenAI, you might be paying like $50 a month initially, and then it ramps up to thousands of dollars per month of AI API calls. The same for, say, AWS or Google hosting. If you have millions of people visiting your site, your cloud hosting fees might be like $200, and you're like, yeah, I got this. Then it ramps up to like 5,000 US dollars a month, and you're like, oh crap, I can't keep paying for these fees. I haven't figured out who my target market is that's going to pay me money as a startup. And then your startup idea is dead, and you might have like 20,000 US dollars on your dad's credit card, which is not a good situation to be in. So OpenXAI solves a lot of these problems. What they've done, they aggregate all the bare metal server providers all around the world. So bare metal basically means computer hardware, servers that have nothing installed on it. So no operating system. They're basically blank hardware. They're running in a data center, which is like a building with air conditioning and constant power and a big fat internet connection. And there's all these wholesaler providers all around the world. They provide data center bare metal servers. And what OpenXAI does, it talks to and has agreements with all of these providers, and basically has built like a Skyscanner or Airbnb of compute and GPUs. So you can like select through a list and find the cheapest price, maybe in a Singapore data center for a server, It's the wholesale price, so there's no middleman, and you're basically getting the cheapest price. And it's a different way to scale. So you're not like AWS, they might charge you in, how many, how much throughput or egress your server, users consumes per month. With wholesale compute and bare metal, you're basically just looking at a CPU like at home. There might be 16% CPU usage. You've got a whole physical box in a data center, and then there might be some memory usage, storage usage, but you just manage that usage. You just look at the dashboard, and you can scale up to like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of users just on one of these bare metal machines because they're so powerful. There's no middleman taking a big cut, reselling it out to all these cloud subscribers. That you're just buying the box wholesale and then running your application on it. So it's a different way to build. It's a lot cheaper. Um, the other innovation that OpenXAI has done is basically built an open source cloud stack. So instead of like going to AWS and selecting a database and maybe it has a fancy name, you can just use an open source database like Postgres. Has anyone heard of Postgres? Yeah, so it's like an open source database. You just install it on your, empty, decentralized bare metal machine, and then you install Postgres on top of an operating system. So the other innovation is there's a fork of NixOS, which is a Linux distro, and it's called Xnode OS for OpenXAI. And you run that on the bare metal machine, which is, again, it's a fork of Linux called NixOS. You install the package, which might be Python or Next.js. You can install Postgres, which is just another application package. And there you go. You've got a super cheap database running on a bare metal cloud server. You're not spending huge amounts of money. You're not spending $2,000, which I've paid for an Australian client previously. They might spend $2,000. They have barely any users, like 100 people might be using this website app. They're spending $2,000 per month on a database, which is literally just open source. So you can install that on this machine. The other innovation, and basically there's hundreds of thousands of application packages on Linux, on NixOS, that you can just use as Lego blocks, build your app, and do it really affordably, is Alama. So has anyone heard of Alama? No one? No one. Okay. So Alama is it's an open source, downloadable AI model manager. It runs on your own local computer. I've got it running on this computer. Basically, I can just quickly show you. So let me just share. So give me a second. I'll just share screen. Okay, so hopefully, if I click this, no. Okay. Let's try again. I'll just share the Alama window. There we go. Okay, so this is a very, very simple chatbot interface. It's just an application running on my own local computer, my laptop. And basically, I'll just pick a small model. Let's see if I can select it. Whoop, hang on. Okay. So I just select the open source models. So there's plenty of open source models available. I'll just pick one that's I've got installed, and I just say hello there. So this is like ChatGPT, but it's running on my own computer. The beauty of this, instead of paying ChatGPT or logging into ChatGPT, I can install an AI model on my own computer, and I don't need the internet, and I don't have to pay anyone. So there's 2.2 million different models, and I can so Alama hosts about 259 of them. You can run on your own laptop. And basically, the one I'm running now is DeepSeek. So has anyone heard of DeepSeek? Yeah. So does anyone pay DeepSeek subscription? Okay. Yeah. So you can run this locally for free on your own laptop. You just go to alama.com, download Alama, and then you can run an AI model called DeepSeek on your own laptop. Now, the beauty of this is, for me, if you're flying in a plane and you don't have good internet, you can pull out an AI model and keep working through an assignment or building some code or whatever on a plane that doesn't have internet. What I've found is LTE is not that good. So if you're stuck in between 5G zones or just stuck in LTE, it might be helpful to run AI model on your own laptop. There are parts of Mindanao that don't have internet, so you can run it there as well. Basically, it's a way for people that don't have really fancy internet connection. We've got Starlink running in the background, but not everyone at their house has Starlink running in Mindanao. So, maybe in the future. But yeah, you can run this on your own laptop and you don't need to pay anyone. You don't need the internet. Now, this is a very basic chatbot. It's not that good. You can't upload documents into it. It's a bit difficult. They are adding new features, so maybe you can. And then they're updating it every month. It's like the biggest open source project for AI model management. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to quickly show you what I'm talking about. Now, just flicking back to the slides. So that's another app example. So it's an open source application package. You install it on an open source stack, and then you can run AI applications on this server. Now, this server could be your laptop, it could be your gaming desktop with a GPU, so it's more powerful, or it could be like a decentralized cloud server that's bare metal. So once you have that stack, understood, then the next thing you can do is save a lot of money. So you're not paying the middleman stupid fees like $2,000 a month to run Postgres or whatever. You can just install it all yourself, and then you can save 92% over the other cloud providers up to. The other beauty about this is there's no KYC and you don't have to provide your name. You don't need your dad's credit card. You basically just log in with your Web3 Ethereum wallet. Who's got an Ethereum wallet? Whoa. Who's got a Base wallet or any Web3 wallet, Solana wallet? What? 2 people? We need to convert some people here. So you can install the app, the MetaMask or Phantom app on your phone, and then you get a Web3 wallet. Especially you can install the Base wallet, which is a pretty good one. So how does it work? So there is a studio to make it less hard, and I'll run through a quick demo. If I'm running over time, let me know. I'll just keep going. Who's learning something as well? Something about AI? Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the studio. So this is we're hosting this. So OpenXAI is hosting this on their server, but it's fully open source in the GitHub for OpenXAI. You can run this on your own laptop as well, And what it does, it's like an interface that can talk to the different decentralized cloud bare metal providers. So you go to build now, you pick a model, which is just like Hugging Face. I'll pick DeepSeek. We'll go for a bit of a powerful one, 7 billion parameter model. Now, I did talk about who's used Skyscanner or Airbnb or maybe Grab. So basically, Grab delivery, you can like order food. I don't know. So it aggregate what Grab does. It aggregates all the McDo and all the Jollibees and whatever, and then you can select it through your phone app and then get it delivered. And normally, it finds for you automatically the cheapest provider, which is the delivery guy. And it aggregates all the food providers as well, the restaurants. So essentially, this is like Grab, but for compute and GPU. So you can like select this button, and then it loads up all the different like AI providers and CPU providers and different cloud providers around the world. And basically, you scroll through and get the cheapest price. So you can do that all day. So what we'll do is we've pre-deployed like 10. We've pre-deployed 10 servers. So let me sorry, I'm clicking the wrong button. Then the other benefit of this, and I know a lot of people are new to Web3, is OpenXAI. This is let me zoom out a bit. OpenXAI is partnered with Base. So OpenXAI launched their token on Base. They're partnered with Base for marketing. And Base is basically an Ethereum, like EVM compatible chain, and it's an L2 of Ethereum. So it makes Ethereum go really fast, and the gas fees are really cheap. And they have huge amounts of like developer relations staff and tooling, so people can like integrate with Base. They can build mini apps. They can build agents. There's a lot of cool open source libraries that they provide. And what that's doing, it's building a huge developer community. So Base is really, going off at the moment. It's a pretty powerful chain, and it's basically built by Coinbase. Has everyone heard of Coinbase from America? It's like a wallet exchange. So yeah, they released Base a while ago. But yeah, with Web3, if you build an AI application and it goes viral or whatever, you can actually have a few different business models that normal Web2 SaaS business models don't have. So for example, with each application deployed on OpenXAI, it's an NFT. And that NFT can be transferred from my wallet. I might build up a Viking selfie AI application, and then hand it to this person in the front row listening attentively. Thank you very much. So you get an AI app, and I just transfer it to you. It might have 1,000 users. It might have people paying me subscriptions, and I can just give that application to someone. The other thing I can do with an NFT, because it's an open source ERC 721 standard, is sell it on OpenSea, which is an NFT marketplace. So I can build up an application at home, do some Twitter marketing, whatever, flip it, so sell it to some other guy on an open source, open marketplace for like $50. Or maybe I sell it for like, if I had 10,000 users, I could sell it for like $100,000. So that's an example of like the innovation of Web3 when applied to like building cloud apps. The other innovation is, subscriptions and royalties. So the person that holds the NFT in their wallet, they might receive all the subscriptions because they're holding it, but they can also do other innovative use cases where maybe every wallet that connects to me gets a share of the revenue of the project, so you can build that really quickly. The other one is microtransactions. So if you are, upload a selfie or, selfie from your camera, it changes me with AI into a Viking. I might have a business model where I pay per use. So I might charge 5 cents or like 10 pesos for people to use my app. These are some business models that normal Web 2 SaaS applications don't allow, because they might have a minimum percentage, or maybe there's a $2 or $3 minimum to use Visa or MasterCard checkout. But with Web3 wallets, there isn't any of that. So you can charge 5 cents or 10 pesos every time someone uses your app. So that's another use case of an innovative business model. So what we're going to do is just start installing this stack. So I mentioned open source cloud stack. It's actually running in the background behind this animation. And I'll just explain what's happening. So there's a bare metal computer in a server in a data center that's running. I've connected to it. I've started installing a NixOS fork or Linux. And then I've started installing different application packages. In this case, there's like Next.js. There's Olama for the backend AI model manager. There's also a new front end that's installed. And this one is basically called Open Web UI. So instead of the Olama front end I showed you before, this one's a lot more advanced, where you can upload like all your university textbooks and then start asking questions of it. The beauty of this is this whole server is completely contained. ChatGPT is not scanning what I'm saying into a, Mark Zuckerberg or Facebook's not scanning what I'm saying, or even Elon and Grok is not scanning what I'm saying into it. So I can like upload all these documents. Maybe it's like text files or textbooks or whatever, and then start chatting to that data. So it's fully contained. Only I can access it because it's connected to my, in this case, the demo, it's connected to my IP for 30 minutes. So anyone here can actually go to this website at studio.openxai and start playing around. And you can play around with this interactive demo. This is real cloud deployments. And yeah, it's installed Open Web UI front end. It's installed an Olama service. And then also it's downloaded the DeepSeek R1 model, which says here is 4.7 gigabytes. So it's downloaded that really quickly. It's on a cloud server, and I can open that cloud app. So I'll just share the tab. So this is Open Web UI. It's just logging in, and this is a fresh install. So it's got like, a little startup banner. And we're talking to DeepSeek R1, 7 billion parameter model. So let's see what it knows about this university as an example. So I'm just trying to ask it something that I wouldn't like pre-record or whatever, just proving that it's real. So this is a thinking model, so it does take a bit of time to think. So it's saying bohol, or however you pronounce that. So this is a Chinese open source model trained on Wikipedia data, and it's not getting it right. So I've proved that it's live, but it's not the correct information. So what we can do is just ask it general information. So tell me about Philippines founding. So this is just historical information. The people at DeepSeek were training an AI model on like internet data. Let's see if it has correct information about the founding of Philippines. Again, with AI, use it as a tool. Don't trust it 100%. And always verify the data of where it's coming from. So you can see here, DeepSeek's a thinking model. It's just going through, thinking about the task it's about to do, and then coming up with like a pros and cons of what it's going to do, and then it starts doing the answering the question. And I don't know if this is correct, but yeah, once it's run through like a reflective thinking stage, it'll then spit out an answer at the bottom. There is other models. So like there is a model that's really good that's open source, trained by Meta. Even though Meta trained it and maybe there's some biases in the AI model, you can also install that as well. And basically you can pick out of all of those 2.2 million models. It doesn't have to be DeepSeek. And that's the beauty of, you know, in an open source community, you can select whatever you want to get the best result. Okay, so that's just going to keep going. It's talking about the founding and everything, and Spanish-American War or whatever. So you know, that's should be pretty correct. It's trained on like lots of text data from the internet, Wikipedia. So yeah, it'll keep going. So that's an example of an app template where it's a chatbot app. So just like ChatGPT, that's just a simple app template. It's got a chatbot front end. I've deployed it to the cloud, and then I've asked it questions, and I can upload documents and make it really give it specific information about the exact topic I want to talk about. And then with DeepSeek, I just wanted to quickly say, so DeepSeek was, let me just check the Google Meet, make sure it's okay. So you should be able to see a screen share there. Not sure what's happening. Can we get that back? Okay, here it is. So when DeepSeek came out, I'll just describe it. When it came out, the day it came out, a lot of the Silicon Valley tech stocks dropped by like 5%, which is like billions and billions of market cap. Basically, it was like an open source solution to a closed source ChatGPT competitor that was, you know, leading the industry at the start of the year, and then you know, they might have had like ChatGPT 3 or ChatGPT 4 was coming out, but DeepSeek sort of come in and cut their lunch. So they released something for free or near free. It was very comparative to ChatGPT at the time, and a lot of investors on, say, Wall Street, they were like, what's happening here? How can someone come along and release something for very low costs, fully open source? And that was basically the big start of the open source AI movement, where a lot of smaller teams, they might raise like a few $1 million and train their own model, and then people can start downloading it and using it for free at home. And then they're slowly pulling away market cap from these big tech providers. So it was a big day, it was a big moment in open source AI. Now, OpenXAI, obviously the app template of a chatbot I just showed you as a demo, but there is an app store releasing. So if you guys are keen to build AI applications that talk to open source AI models on a llama, you can build an app. Maybe it's like a cryptocurrency calculator or financial trending dashboard or whatever. And then you can start charging people 5 cents to use it and try and make some money on an app store. So this app store is coming out soon. Yeah, there is a main contributor team at OpenXAI. If you want to join the team at OpenXAI, there's 2 pathways. Both pathways, you have to do something. So you have to submit a project in a hackathon. From the hackathon, you know, we don't go through like 5 job interviews and whatever. You just build something cool, submit it in the hackathon, which is like an open source project. We can see the code. You can submit it into a hackathon, and then we talk about it. So talk about it, screen sharing your computer, present it on a unlisted YouTube account, and just do some marketing about it, build up a Twitter account, whatever. From that, we can actually figure out your skills. So you might not have like 10 years experience, but you're actually really good at building cool apps that people like, and I can talk about it on YouTube. And that's all you really need to become an app developer now with AI. So there is a hackathon running right now, and I'll explain more about that. For people that are serious about building an app, you might build some weekend thing. But people that want to build an AI startup, there's also an entrepreneur program called Global Accelerator, and people are invited to the OpenX AI co-working office in Dubai, and you can work out of Dubai for 30 days or 1 month. You can meet investors, get mentors, pitch VCs. Basically, OpenX AI raised money through Dubai, so all those VCs you can also talk to. So if you are a job seeker and you're looking for jobs, again, submit your project into the hackathon. It's running now. It's just been extended to middle of November. It was finished it was going to finish 3 days ago, but it's been extended for another 2 weeks. Jump on our Discord. We've got a builder Discord. Message me. I'm happy to do some mentoring, help you out. The first prize is like 587,000 pesos, which is total prize pool 123 is 17,500 US dollars. So, I don't know if it's life changing, but it should be pretty cool if you got that. So, the other prizes from the hackathon is hardware. So OpenX AI is releasing this X Node 1 soon. Basically, it's a really powerful CPU computer that you can run at home, but it also has a docking station, and then you can rack an old gaming GPU into it and run AI models. So the other cool things that OpenX AI can do is because it's connected, say, to Xnode OS and like a Web3 wallet, you can sort of farm out that GPU and process other people's GPU inference workloads. So you can start making some money out of the old gaming GPU that you might have at home. So they are giving out some of these devices for winners of the hackathon. There is jobs as well, so different jobs in AI, so AI engineer, machine learning engineer, data science, all that stuff, blockchain engineer, smart contract engineer. So if you do need exposure or work to put on your portfolio or resume, or you're just looking for money, there is internships, part-time roles, fully remote, and full-time roles as well. So I'll just quickly show more information about the hack node or the hackathon. Currently, let me know if I'm running over time. I'll just keep going. Should be okay. So this is the hack node dashboard. There was an Australia hackathon. It's now finished. India's now finished as well. We had 530 projects submitted so far. India had a huge amount of people join. So it's a bit off the screen here. I'll just zoom out a bit. And you can sort of see we've been ramping up Philippines. We've got over 100 participants in Philippines. There's a lot more than 100 people in Philippines. So really keen to get people to click the button, sign up to the hackathon. You got 2 weeks to build something. And yeah, please sign up now and then join the Discord and I can help you out. You can also see the user ramp and then everyone else's projects that are open source. Then we've also made a GitHub repository. So I'll just zoom in a bit. So what this is, you can clone this to your local computer, and then I can show you quickly how a cursor works, but you can basically train the AI on this code, and then you ask the AI to make an app using this code example. So I can't make it any easier. But yeah, basically you can build an AI app really quickly. You just download this and then ask AI to build an app like this, but for your use case. And then there is a I think tapos now is and then. Is that right? I don't know. Maybe. So this is the hackathon sign up page. So just click the like login button at the top right, and then yeah, basically sign up. Let me know if there's any issues on Discord, and we can help you out. So this should be. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. Let me just fix that. So you go into hackathons. Yep. Explore. So this is called Bloxy Block. It's a hackathon platform. And then you just find the OpenXAI Global Hackathon, which is where Philippines joins. And that should be loading. You click apply now, which is like create an account and then join the hackathon. So there is like 2 weeks left. Let me know if you need an extension. If there's enough people in Discord raging about they haven't finished yet, I can try and get the approval to extend the hackathon. So who's keen to join the hackathon? It's pretty simple. What do you guys think? Who's got a laptop and internet? Come on. Yeah, so you need one of those, a laptop and then like the internet. Then you can join the hackathon. Use AI to help you build something cool. I do have I just wanted to quick show. I've got a YouTube channel. So make sure you follow me, like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube channel. All of these workshops are recorded and then I put it on YouTube. So you can sort of go back in time, and when Australia started, all of these like projects at the bottom are the Australian projects. So I was on a call mentoring them, helping them out, helping them build different apps, and then like I record, put it on YouTube. So you guys can you probably have the same questions as other people. Just go watch the YouTube channel and keep building. I talk about like how to vibe code, how to get set up on your laptop, how to submit for the hackathon. One of the potential winners of the Australia Hackathon's in there. I've also, run this workshop at different universities in Mindanao. So, and I do explain like bare metal, comparing it to say AWS. So you can check out the YouTube channel. Just search John Forfar on YouTube. Then, if I've got time, I'll do a really quick demo. So this is Hello World. So this is a website I vibe coded. Has anyone heard what vibe coding is? Put your hands up. So 10 people. So I'll just show what vibe coding is quickly. I'll have to share. So let me share. So I showed you what Hello World looks like. So this is a Next.js website, a JavaScript website. It says Hello World. So let's present something else. We'll present this window called Cursor. Oh, here it is. So this is Cursor. So I can't really see it on the projector. So what I'll do is just go to Cursor and try and make it bigger. Yeah, it's not the best. That's okay. So what is Cursor? So Cursor, who's used Cursor? Okay, so we've got 5 people that's used Cursor. So basically it's a code editor. So you've probably heard of VS Code, which is like an IDE. It's a fork of VS Code. Again, open source code editor. Who would have thought if someone forked the open source version of VS Code, then they added AI features And now they've raised like $50 billion in Silicon Valley. They're a super rich startup and they're killing it. So when people want an AI code editor, they go to Cursor and they pay them like $20 for the pro version. That's an example of using AI in a Web2 app and then supercharging it, making lots of billions of dollars. So that's an example of a pretty cool startup. So yeah, obviously it has code. You can like edit the code directly inside the editor. That's what it's for. But what you can do on the right-hand side is just a quick heads up on what Cursor is. So I encourage everyone to install it and start learning. But basically, let's build a Next.js JavaScript site with only hello world centered in black in the center of the screen. And then it went through, it started building it. And instead of like that simple chatbot that I showed you before, the whole software development industry's moved into sort of AI enhanced coding where you use AI as a tool and you just use your knowledge in software design and system design and the market. Maybe you know about Pokemon cards or something. And then you just talk into the right-hand side and start telling it to build stuff. So, it basically set that up just before this session. And what I'll do, I'll just type in a prompt. So let's do it now. Okay, so we do have a little preview browser. So I can show the built-in browser. So this came out like 1 week ago in Cursor version 2. They do have an integrated browser now. So you used to have to like spin up Chrome in the background and then it'll control that. You can also do that still, but you can also just show it in Cursor version 2. There's a whole heap of agent features as well, but I should be explaining what's happening. So I've asked it to build a Pokemon website. My daughter just got into Pokemon, if you're wondering. And what it does, it shows maybe a card pack. I click a button and then it just shows me all these cards. And I've told it to use, say, like Pokemon or Pikachu colors like orange and yellow as a gradient background. So it's done that. I've kept the text really simple. So just said it use black text. It's got a button and then I click open pack. And now this is like an MVP or a prototypes, right? So I've just thought of an idea in my head. I go build it in like 5 seconds. Then what I can do now is like deploy that as a website and get my friends to start playing around. And, you could collect data on how many users.
Hello, mic test.
Thank you. Yeah, so, that's better. So I click the button, it shows me all the different cards. I told it to use simple emojis, so I'm not spending like, I don't know, thousands of pesos on a graphic designer just yet. I'm trying to figure out, what is the minimum viable product to make a fun little website that people would start using. And I've got a hit, I believe that's what it's called. So I got Pikachu. I can't do anything, I can't click it. But let's do something else. So let's add some financial data to the cards. So if I reveal it, then it should show me the market price of a Pikachu gold card or whatever. So let's do that now. So I've asked it to, after I click reveal my Pokemon cards, it's going to tell me the price. Now, obviously, my daughter got into Pokemon deck opening like a couple of months ago, and then I only collect like one type of card, which is Pikachu, just for fun. It helps my daughter, helps me buy lots of card packs, and she can open them, and I just keep the Pikachus. So it says it's updated the page index.js, so we've got a JavaScript file. So let's have a look. I just want to show you how this works. So I'm not really coding, am I? I'm like talking to an AI. I'm listening to the vibes, which is vibe coding. And all the green lines are edited by AI. So, you know, it's gone through, it's added mock pricing data with sorted by Pikachu as highest, then Charmander, and then it's, you know, edited all this stuff. So I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool. No errors. I'm going to save the work. I'm going to keep all the changes. And then I'm going to go preview it. And then it's sorted by, you know, the highest price first for Pikachu at the top left. And that's pretty cool. The reason I'm showing you this example, obviously, is I like, you know, Pokemon's cool. But if you look at, say, the Solana hackathon that just finished like a few days ago, someone in Australia, they created a prediction market where you live stream your Pokemon deck opening on Twitch or YouTube. You open your cards, you show the camera your cards, people join in on the stream, and then they bet or predict, are they going to get a Pikachu or a Charmander or like a gold card or whatever. And there's a whole betting market spun up just from live streamers on a stream betting on what the outcome of the deck opening is going to be. And then they build that, deployed it on Solana. So maybe they'll get like thousands of dollars of funding. I'm sure someone here could have thought of that idea. I mean, you know, it's streaming, card opening, it's a trend. People are spending money on Pokemon, so it's a good industry. They can get like thousands of users watching the stream, lots of people following the social media. So they've identified a target market that has money. And then you just add a little Web3 component like, you know, prediction market, bet 5 cents, and then you might double your money if they get a Pikachu. And then all of a sudden, it's a sustainable business. It's got like thousands of dollars of reoccurring revenue. They might charge like a 5% market fee for everyone using it and predicting. They might offer not just themselves, so it's only just him streaming his like deck opening, but he might offer that to other people, and then other people join their stream and start predicting what their outcome is going to be, gambling, making money, whatever. And they've just turned that into like a potentially like millions of dollar business. So I'm pretty sure someone here could have thought of this and then like just used AI to vibe code what that idea and start building it. Like all of the Ethereum, like Rube said, came out like over a decade ago, I think. Yeah, over a decade ago. And then, you know, there's all the L2s came out, then Solana came out in like 2020. So all of this stuff has been trained on LLMs and AI models. So when you go to code, you know, you can get a really good prototype running just with, you know, Cursor and AI. Let's go to quickly demo 2, and then I'll wrap it up. So the other thing I'm particularly interested in is sharing my screen so you can see it. So let's do that. So this is like the Philippines government initiative. It's called a transparency seal. So this is like open data. So all the like government funded departments, universities, they put all their financial data on the internet. So CMU do this, all of the big government funded universities do this. This data is transparent. So like a week ago, we were presenting at another university and someone had the idea of putting all this in a vibe coded app. So this is on the YouTube channel. So you can sort of see the last video, transparent data, talking on stage. We literally vibe coded the whole thing on stage. And then we had 10 people, 10 teams of uni students submit in a hackathon. The workshop lasted 2 days. Then they all pitched at the end of the second day. They're able to watch my cursor presentation in the morning. And I told them to pre-install it the night before. Then they were able to vibe code an app and present it that day. And then, potentially they'll enter that project with my support mentoring into the global hackathon and win a big prize. So I welcome everyone to do that as well. But yeah, going back to the second demo, there's all this financial data. And what we can do with Cursor is, because it's just sitting there, it's a PDF, you can download it. You can then ingest it. So I was able to build like a dashboard. So what it does is sort of, let me just refresh. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, basically it's showing all those PDFs. You can basically see, don't worry about the last current date, but you can sort of see the financial data from PDFs that are off the internet. I can start building transparency dashboards, showing financial data, using like data science techniques to display the data, and then build like cool interactive dashboards. So then the other thing we can do, because this is an application that uses AI in the background, like I said, it's got Llama. I can actually, what I did, I built a little hover effect, and then it's using AI to analyze the financial data and explain what the dot point is. So hopefully this works. Yeah. So it's then provided an AI insight. So it's like analyzed that specific dot on the graph with AI. I've scraped all the PDF data off the CMU website, built a Postgres database that's open source, ingest it, create embeddings. Then the Llama AI can like index and learn about that data and then answer questions about it. And then I was able to sort of explain what this dot point means on the graph. And yeah, it just talks about the financial projection and how it relates between like allocation, utilization, disbursement. So this is something you can do just through vibe coding. Again, this is like a cursor dashboard I've built. And yeah, you can build this yourself as a project idea if you're trying to be more serious, not do Pokemon cards. But yeah, basically you can like build open, transparent financial data for government institutions in Philippines. And, we can actually start adding like different, let's see if that loads. You can like add different universities. There is a drop down, but basically, it's processed like 729 documents, and it's displaying something that's like real world example of something could potentially lead to change. One of the cool things is like the public roads or whatever that department is, they have all their financial data as well. So you can like start exposing, misspending just through looking at all their private like financial projection data and financial records. So you can start using AI to build meaningful apps as well. And yeah, hopefully make some changes in the future. So I just wanted to show that because that was an example we only built like last week. And you can start pulling in all the data from every government department and start building a big mega app and then start charging, I don't know, like journalists or something like $10 to access for a month and start analyzing some of that financial data and pulling out like download a graph and they can like put that in their article. So, you know, there's a lot of cool things you can do with AI. I would recommend just come up with ideas and just build anything. You've got like 2 weeks left and you could potentially win like 10,000 US dollars, which is a lot of pesos. And that's all I'm talking about today. I did show you all the vibe coding resources on YouTube. We have a Discord, so join that. We have partnered with Base, so one of the big things is building Base mini apps. So there is a decentralized social network called Farcaster. You can basically embed that inside Twitter, for example, but it's called Farcaster. And then you can, you know, have, you know, potentially tens of thousands of people, you know, clicking through on your app from directly from a social network. The other one is we have a mini app factory where you just type in some text and it helps you vibe code an app. So that's getting released in the next couple of weeks. So you can join the waitlist. You just connect your Web3 wallet. So this is a good excuse to actually get a Web3 wallet. Go to this website and then click it, connect wallet. And you can like register for that when that product comes out from OpenXAI. And that's everything I'm talking about today. So thank you very much for your time. And yeah, we'll see you next time and I'll see you online as well. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Mr. John, for that demo and for sharing your experiences with us in terms of open source AI. Open source AI like Llama is very interesting because it can basically run locally without the internet. This gives us control and in terms of privacy and data on our devices, making it transparent and customizable. And ultimately, this makes AI more accessible for learning and for development, especially for us students.